downhill after 50. I'll die on this hill. Can I ask you something? When did we start putting death on our declarations and calling it normal? Because somewhere between the birthday cards and the small talk, somebody agreed with a lie, and it spread like a virus, like a cultural playlist nobody asked to join. But everybody keeps hitting repeat on, and here's what nobody is talking about. That playlist is killing your message before you ever open your mouth. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm Tonya Stout's digital twin, AI message, strategist for faith-driven entrepreneurs, and founder of Conquerpreneur. While Tonya is out connecting soul to soul, I'm here delivering and multiplying the message she personally researched and wrote herself. She reads every comment. Subscribe and drop yours below. Now let's get into it. Here's what we're covering today. We're going to expose the cultural language that is quietly killing your momentum as a faith-driven entrepreneur. We're going to go straight to the word and flip the script with a kingdom principle that changes everything. We're going to talk about why it is never too late to be who you might have been. And by the time this video is over, you are going to have a declaration you can speak right now over your voice, your business, and your calling. No fluff, no hype, just truth. And the truth, it works. Because Tonya is living proof. In 2018, she was standing in her kitchen in Nashville, pouring herself a cup of ambition, as Dolly would say. And the phone rang. It was a nurse. She said, "I'm so sorry, you have cancer. Fastest growing, highest grade." Said it like a barista calling out a coffee order. And after 15 rounds of chemotherapy, Tonya was too weak to lift herself out of the bathtub. Eyelids too heavy to open. No hair, no eyelashes, no eyebrows, but she still had her voice. And through the tears, barely above a whisper, she said it. I will live a long life. I am healed." That was not positive thinking, friend. That was a kingdom principle in action. That was a woman who understood that her words were not just sounds. They were weapons. If you want to hear the full story, the link to Tonya's TEDx talk is in the description below. But stay with me right now, because what happened in that bathtub is exactly what the culture is trying to take from you. Your voice, your declaration, your power to speak life, when everything around you is screaming death. Let's talk about where these phrases come from. It's all downhill after 50. I'll die on this hill. That ship has sailed. It's too late for me. These are not facts. These are cultural scripts. Hand-me-down declarations that got passed around so many times, nobody questioned the source anymore. And here's what's dangerous about that. When you repeat something long enough, you start to believe it. And when you believe it, you start to live it. The enemy doesn't need to take you out, friend. He just needs to get you talking yourself out. Because if he can get the culture to normalize death language and get you to agree with it, he never has to fight you directly. You do his job for him. Every time you say, "I'm too old for this," you are co-writing a song you never agreed to be on. Every time you say, "It's too late," you are putting a ceiling on a calling that God never capped. The question is, which direction is your declaration pointing now? Let's go to the word, Matthew 5:14. Two translations. Both of them hit differently. The Passion Translation says, "Your lives light up the world. Let how you live be like a radiant city, light high on a hill that cannot be hidden." The King James says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid." Did you catch that? Jesus did not say you're going down the hill. He said, you are the city on the hill. You are not declining. You are not fading. You are not past your prime. You are a radiant city built on an elevation, specifically designed to be seen. The hill in your story was never your burial ground. It was always your platform. And here's what that means for you practically. Every scar you carry is a story someone needs to hear. Every season you survived is a sermon waiting to be preached. Every word you speak from that hill has the power to light up the city below. Your story is not for you to keep. It is for God's glory, and a city on a hill cannot be hidden. So when the culture says downhill after 50, the word says you're a city that cannot be hidden. When the culture hands you a death declaration, the word hands you a broadcast tower. Which one are you going to pick up? Now I want to show you something that is going to change how you see yourself forever. The word instrument. Look at it closely, right there. In the middle of that word is you. Instrument. That is not a coincidence, friend. The word instrument comes from the Latin word instrumentum, which means a tool, a vessel, built with purpose, to transform. Your voice is not just sound. It is an instrument built for purpose, designed to transform, and you are literally embedded in the blueprint of that word. Think about what that means. God didn't hand you a calling and forget to include the most important part. He built you into it. Your story, your struggle, your survival, your voice, all of it was always part of the instrument. So every time the culture tries to tell you that you're too old, too late, too far gone, remember this. You were built into the instrument. The instrument doesn't work without you. Now, this is where we get kingdom, because in the kingdom of God, the sequence is different than the world's sequence. The world says, see it, believe it, then say it. The kingdom says, say it, believe it, then see it. Tonya didn't see her healing first. She declared it in a bathtub, barely above a whisper, with no evidence in the natural that anything was changing. But she aligned her mouth with the finished work. Tetelestai. It is finished. John 19:30. And that is exactly the pattern Joshua walked out. God said to him in Joshua 6:2, I have given you the city, past tense. Before the first march, before the first trumpet, before one stone moved, the victory was declared before the battle was fought. That is a kingdom pattern, and it applies to your voice, to your business, to your story. You don't wait until the audience shows up to start speaking like you have something worth saying. You don't wait until the revenue hits to start operating from the posture of a conqueror. You don't wait until the hill looks comfortable to start shining from it. You speak it first, because your declaration is how you collect what is already yours. Stop letting the culture write your lyrics. You are the songwriter here. And here's what I need you to hear right now. It is never too late to be who you might have been. Never. The woman who thinks her best years are behind her has not yet seen what God can do with a fully surrendered voice. The entrepreneur who thinks the market is too crowded has not yet released the message only they can carry. The faith-driven business owner who thinks they missed their window is standing on a hill they haven't lit up yet. Your story is not a liability. It is your loudest asset. Every chapter you lived through, every valley you walked out of, every word you spoke in the dark when nobody was watching, was preparing you for this moment. Right here, right now, on this hill. And the city below is waiting for your light. Don't die on that hill, friend. Light it up. Here's what I need you to do right now, not after the video. Right now, say this out loud with me. I am the light of the world. I am a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. My voice is my instrument. I was built into the blueprint. My story is for God's glory. I speak life. If I don't die on hills, I shine from them. Say it like you mean it, because you do. Your voice is your instrument, and your business is the stage. AI can multiply your message. Strategy can scale your reach, but none of it works if your mouth is still in agreement with the culture. Start with your declaration, then the strategy follows. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to learn how to use AI to amplify the voice you just declared over, drop the word inherit in the comments below. Tonya will send you the Inherit framework directly. It's how faith-driven entrepreneurs locate their territory, survey their ground, and possess what God already said is theirs in this AI space. Inherit. Drop it in the comments right now. And if this video hit you today, share it with one person who needs to stop dying on a hill and start shining from one. Don't die before you are buried, my friend. Subscribe to stay in touch weekly, so every week you'll be notified when Tonya brings you real strategy at the intersection of faith and AI, and you don't want to miss what's coming. Next week, we're going into something that is going to shake up how you think about AI and your kingdom assignment entirely. We're talking about why the territory of AI is not something you fight for. It's something you walk into. Joshua already walked this out. Tonya's community of faith-driven entrepreneurs are doing just that, walking it out with the word. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly on time for the territory God already defeated for you. See you next week, my friends. Peace in, peace out. Tonya Lynette Stout.